Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about compound clips and corner pins. Yes, you can make some pretty fancy stuff by using those two tools. Alright, first I want to show you this little thing that I just created. I'm using compound clips, I'm using corner pins, I'm using some effects. I got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to explain it all to you, but first, watch this. Okay, so what I've got going on here on the screen is two different things as a compound clip, and a third thing as a TV screen, and then a fourth thing as using a corner pin to show something inside the TV screen. So, a little complicated, but not that bad. So I'm going to delete all of this, and we're going to start over again. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just start a new one right out here so you can see it all. First, let's make that compound clip. It's not that hard. What is a compound clip? Well, have you ever made a video and your timeline has about 600 lines on it, and it starts to get real confusing? All you got to do is take all those timelines and convert them into one compound clip. And you can still go back and edit that clip, everything inside of it, but it cleans up your timeline. So see, like video 1 timeline right here, there's actually 2 separate clips in there, but I just decided to make a compound. Make it easy. Why have my timeline going way up here off the screen? Let me show you how we did that. Let's go ahead and make that compound clip, and I'll show you how we do this stuff. It's pretty easy. Jump over here to stock media. In my case, I'm going to grab a background of something. That's good. And that's as far as we can stretch that one. So we'll just stretch the timeline. And we're going to add another clip to this. Let's search for burning sun. And let's just throw that right on top. Okay, so we've got one there. Let's shrink it up a little bit. And what we're going to do here is double click it. And we need to adjust the opacity. I want to see the clip behind it. There it is. And what I like to do at this stage is lock the clip underneath so I don't move it. Grab the top one, adjust it so it's about the same size as the existing sun or moon that was behind it. Let's take a quick peek, scroll through real fast. That's very nice. And I like it. So what we're going to do now is unlock that, grab them both, right click, and create a compound clip. Call it what you want. I'll call it sun. Okay, we now have a compound clip. So those two have become one. We're going to use some stock media again. We're going to get rid of that search, and we're going to type in TV. Of course, you don't have to use stock media. You can use whatever you want. So I like this little dreamy fantasy TV right here. So let's grab that, drop it on top. So we've now started a second clip. That's as far as we can go with that one. Now, as you can see, the television is basically facing directly at you. There's no perspective. But we're going to add some perspective. We're going to tilt this TV to the right a little bit, or to the left, anywhere you want to tilt it. Let's go try it. So first thing we got to do is, again, drop that opacity because I need to see everything in the background. So we got just a little bit of TV showing there. Let's move that TV. Now again, I like to lock the clips underneath so I don't move something. So I want that TV to be about here. About right about there, and then we're going to turn it. Let's turn it inward. In my example, I turned it outward, but let's turn this one inward. So first thing we got to do is fix this mess. That doesn't look right at all, right? So all we do is we double click. We use the video tab, and we need to scale this thing up. I need all of that color. Okay. So that's a pretty good example right there. I like it. Actually, I'm going to bring that up a little higher and a little over so I have room to do what I want to do with it. Okay, that's good. We can stop. Now over in your effects section, you want to search for corner pin. I already have it bookmarked here. So corner pin. Now that one we're going to drop directly on top of the clip. Not over, not under, right on top. Okay, it's there. Double click. And now we want to go over to effects because this is the effect, and you can see all the corner pin settings. These are going to become quite handy as we move forward here because we can't see anything, right? I'm clicking around, I can't see anything. So how am I going to adjust it? I'm going to click in here and just sort of zing it around a little bit. Now there's a lot of different ways you can achieve your effect. I like to actually scale it down first because I want to see all four corners. I like to move mine with the mouse. Okay, so we're going to go back over to effects, and I like to actually drag it. So what I'm going to do is bring that in, and what we're doing is giving it a perspective of leaning to, I would call that the left, my perspective from the left. And here I'm just going to, you know what, kind of like that. So we'll bring that there. And okay, be careful now, because if you accidentally jump out a corner pin, you're back to scale again. So just make sure you know where you are. The corner pin has a different symbol. So I'm just going to make that straight. I'm going to scale this back up in a second, don't worry. So now I've finished my corners. I like it. The TV is leaning at a little bit of an angle. Just going to jump over to video, and I'm going to scale this guy back. I'm going to move it over a little. Something about this I don't like. Let's kill some of that opacity and bring just a little more of the TV into play. In order to get all the purple in, we're going to have to reposition slightly. So we'll put the TV over in this corner instead. And scroll up. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with scale, but that's things you can play with here. There we go. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And for the purposes of this demonstration, that's pretty good. So the TV is now no longer facing directly at us. This corner and this corner are shorter in length than this corner and this corner, given the perception that the TV is sitting out there at a slight angle. Okay, cool. Now let's put something in the TV. Stock media, what did I use last time? A guy on a cell phone or something. I'll just put person. Doesn't really matter what we use. Okay, so we got that same cell phone thing, so we'll use that. Let's drop that in. Now we'll trim everything up here in a minute. So I'm going to lock the TV scene. And before I do anything, I'm going to start scaling this. Now what I like to do is start off slightly bigger than the screen and approximate the angle. Not too much of an angle. I'll use the other tools for angle. So I like to go over the screen, just get started. Back to effects, back to corner pin, drop it on top, double click, go to effects. There's my corner pin. Just start jiggling it around. Let's get it in the screen. You can already see it angled, but it's angled the wrong way. Oops. Oh, now see what happened right there? I clicked out and clicked in, so I am no longer on corner pin. You have to be careful with this. I am currently on scale. I don't want to be on scale. I want to be on corner pin. So I usually just jump off, jump back, and reset my little dots there. Now I know this TV is a little round. I'm a little square here, but you know what? For the demonstration, I think you get the idea. So this now appears to be, I double clicked on that by the way to get corner pin back. So now this appears to be something that is angled slightly, which is the whole point of this. So first thing we want to do is position this all right where we want it. Okay, what I like to do in this case is I just move that out the way and let it snap. And we snap right in. Here we go. Okay, so you can further play with that. Let's unlock that, unlock that. Some of these clips can't be extended, so we'll just put that there, hit that, split it, delete it, delete it. Clip is finished, and yes, you can now turn this entire thing into a compound clip if you desire. How do you do that? Grab it all, right-click it, and create a compound clip. So I've actually got a compound clip inside of a compound clip, and boom, now we've got a single clip. And we can take that clip now and just use it in various places all over the place if we wanted to. Okay, now how do you break this apart? How do you edit this crazy thing? It's not hard. Right click it and edit timeline and watch what happens. Everything came back. The first compound clip, the Dreamy TV, and the phone guy are all now back here ready to be edited, and then you can resave it as another compound clip when you're finished. Let's say we're not finished. Let's add a edge glow. Let's put a little edge glow to this whole operation. Now let's see what that looks like. See it right there, the edge glow? Yes, that looks so much better. Okay, and boom, boom, select them all, create the compound clip, make it a new name, and you are back in business.